Hello, it is 6:38. Time to call this meeting of the Parks and Rec Committee to order. First thing on the agenda, gentleman is here representing the Nelsonville Junior High Baseball League. 3 years ago, the city gave the Nelsonville Junior High team $5,000. That has lasted 3+ years. It is the only sports program during the school year that is not sponsored by the school. That and women's softball and girls softball. I have no idea why, but it's never been done that. So we started the little history on the Nelsonville York junior high team. It was started back, I believe, 5 years ago. For the first 2 years, it was completely funded by private individuals. At that time, some council members wanted to bring it forward to have the city help sponsor it. We did that. I was the coach at that time. I stepped down before that proposal was brought up, and we gave them $5,000. So it's about 3 years. The games are played at the Sandlot League. It's a very nice league. The money goes for supplies, umpire fees, which I believe are $30 a game now. $40 a game. Yeah. It's raised $20. Yeah. And that's per team per game. So there's 2 umpires. And you have to pay that regardless. There is no entry fee into that league. It is basically you pay the umpires. That takes care of that, and then you have to supply the balls. 3 game balls, I believe, per game. Two per game. Two per game. And then plus that helps them keep up with the catcher's equipment, which gets outdated every couple years, it seems like. And bats, they keep changing the rules on the bats.
Bats change about every year.
And of course the shirts. And does that help buy the pants also?
We have the kids buy
pants.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah.
So that's shirts and hats. Correct?
Yeah. Shirts and hats.
Okay. So your average expenses do you know, I think like $1,200, $1,300
well,
a year?
I actually kind of wrote it down. This is my first year. I kind of got thrown to the wolves on this one. But like for this year, I know for a fact our catcher's gear is trash.
Yeah.
I mean, in nature of the beast, you're sliding around on the ground. But I've been kind of looking at prices for that, and like catcher's mitts. We have left-handed kids, right-handed kids. I think it's kind of crazy if I don't have one of both.
They don't supply their own mitts?
Not catchers.
Catcher's mitts.
Regular fielders supply their own.
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah, but catcher's mitts are only for catchers.
Sure. Okay.
But I think it's crazy if you only have a right-handed mitt and I have a left-handed kid.
It's hard for kids to fund catcher's mitt.
Yeah.
Because whatever
Catcher's gear is expensive
now.
Well, I actually found some. I found some at Dick's Sporting Goods for like $90.
That's cheap.
That's very cheap.
Yeah.
So that's why I said, I'm like, if I was going to be able to do that, baseballs are expensive for what they want for a baseball.
Is it so you have to get 2 new balls every game?
Yes.
You have to. They have to be unscarred.
Yes. They have to be out of a bag.
Yep.
Okay.
And you have to pay the officials before they'll even start.
Okay.
Yep.
And I called. They've done in the past. They went through the All-American trophies for their uniforms. Well, I called him today, and the uniforms that we've had for the last 3 years, they're discontinued. So I actually have to go down and try to figure out, because I was just going to get the same kind.
Mm-hmm.
But with the numbers I have for right now, for baseballs, for paying umpires, catchers, equipment, and gloves, this does not include the uniforms. Right under $1,200.
Yeah, we know.
And I'll be glad to try. Like I've literally been working with this for about a month. I don't mind trying to do like fundraising and stuff, but at this time it's so hard when I'm thrown into it. Yeah. I helped coach it last year with Chad and Tammy. I'll do whatever for the kids, but yeah, I can only do so much.
I think I think my son still has a catcher's mitt, right-handed catcher's mitt that's in good shape. I'll donate that.
Okay.
That's a couple $100. We had a really nice one. So
Scott, remember at the end of last season, we had gotten a bunch of donated equipment from a sporting goods store. Did we ever get that from him?
yeah,
it's
expensive.
If we have it, it'll
Make sure
be down.
you get your
Left everything in the building.
Yeah, I'm looking to
Do you know if it's down there?
There's a bunch of stuff in there.
I think that's one of the things we need to do is inventory
What's there?
what we have and what's
What's
There's a
outdated?
bunch of stuff, it looked like a bunch of stuff down there is really old too.
No,
Yeah,
Hootie
we
got
did.
a bunch of brand new stuff donated from a sporting goods store last year that at the end of the season, he messaged me and he had it, that
We'll go down there
something had
tomorrow.
happened and the store couldn't sell it.
We'll go down tomorrow and take a look at it.
So I think that, so we
Go
should reach
through
out to Hootie too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's coaches my son in basketball.
So let's ask Hootie about that stuff and then maybe if we can, somebody who knows, kind of stuff,
I'll go through it tomorrow.
you know,
Yeah.
a right-handed.
Well, like
glove
they've
and a
changed
left-handed
the
glove.
bat rules. Like
Yeah.
All the.
we don't have enough kids to make a 7th grade team
You're gonna have
or an
to-
8th grade team.
Combination.
So we combinate. Well,
Yeah.
3 of the kids that played last year were 7th graders that were pitchers.
Mhm.
Well, if you play 8th graders down, if we have more 7th graders than we do 8th graders,
down.
if we play them down, the 8th graders can't pitch.
Okay.
So we're probably going to have to go up. Well, when you go up, you have to use, which is high school legal bats.
Yep.
If you play 8th grade, you have to use the drop 5 BB core, which is a high school bat, which costs a lot more. You know, it's everything. It's
Sure.
just, it's kind of
We
crazy.
always had
I
to
mean,
play up.
and I don't mind. My kid played as a 6th grader last year. I'm fine with that.
Yep.
I'd rather him step up now and get an extra year, so when they get to high school, he's prepared for it. But
Do
just numbers, it's
we have any idea what, shirts and hats? Did
no.
they give you any idea?
He said the stuff that we'd ordered, he just told me that, I actually just called him today. He said even the archery had ordered stuff last year and they came down and they don't have, but I have to go down.
The one year that we bought, Corey and I bought uniforms for the team, it was $900 and some.
Yeah.
Now that was that was really nice uniform.
Nice uniforms.
I
Yeah.
would say
Not
with
Yeah,
today's
yeah.
COVID money and the way things are going, I'm gonna guess between $500 and $600.
That was my guess. Because they weren't bad, but they were like a 3-button, kind of like a summer
Mhm.
baseball uniform and just regular hats. Like they don't need anything fancy.
So do you think like $2,000 is,
I would, anything, honestly, at this point, anything will help.
do we know what we have in the?
If there's a
First
checking,
one.
there's a checking.
Maggie Odenthal is the one that's going to be over
Yeah,
that.
but do we know
We'd
how
have to
much
bring it to
money we have in the
finance.
parks fund? Parks and Rec fund?
Let's see if I can pull it up. What scares me is if we don't do this, the kids will have 2 years without baseball and then go to high
Sure.
school and just, it'll go away.
My concern, my
You know.
concern is actually ordering equipment and not getting in time.
I know. And that's a lot of the stuff now I've been trying to call around and it's, yeah, we have it. Well,
Right at this moment.
before long, it's not going to be.
As soon as the weather
available.
breaks, it'll be gone.
But I just, I don't want them to miss. I mean, these are good years for them to get
Corey,
better,
it's-
you know.
Corey and I helped start that back
Yeah.
up and we know the struggle.
And I play,
They didn't have a team for 2 years, did they?
More than that. I
Yeah,
think.
3 years.
Yeah, and it was rough because we had,
Nobody wanted to play.
Yeah.
Everybody quit. A lot of the kids that were in
and
Corey's.
when they got to high school, they didn't want to play because they
Yeah.
hadn't played for several
Yeah.
years.
Yeah.
and that's, like they find out they have other things that having if you want to do something else, I'm fine with that. That's fine. Just don't sit around. But like, if you don't have it, then you're just setting yourself up for failure, especially in high school.
So let me ask you, because I know I talked to Maggie and she'd also ask about summer pony league fall for boys.
That's what this
What
is.
this
That's what this is?
This-
Yes.
Okay,
yeah.
I thought she was saying it was then something different.
No, this is the actual,
Because this is during the school year though.
This is-
before-
yeah.
Before school gets
Yeah.
out.
this will
Okay.
end Memorial Day weekend.
Okay.
And it's like two games every weekend,
Every
one during the week, every week.
Okay,
And it usually starts March, or the end of March,
wasn't it?
April,
yeah.
May.
Yeah. And it ends up in May.
Mhm. So
Before
like,
everybody goes on vacation.
and I'm trying to get like right now to where they'll let me in the school right now to where I can go in. I'm trying to work around basketball. Both my kids play travel basketball. It
We've
is,
been through that.
it is hard. It's
I
hard.
know the struggle,
We
man. It's real.
Yeah.
came in, didn't we, Corey? We just came in, took over. We just got on.
Yeah.
And we did the exact same
thing.
thing you did.
Yeah.
too. We were thrown into it kind of and just
And-
had to start at the bottom and
Yeah.
figure out what
Find
we
our
needed to
time.
do, yeah.
I mean, I'm good with it.
I'm good,
Are you
absolutely.
good?
I
Yeah.
do know that there is a checking account at Nelsonville Home and Savings. Dee Dee and I
Yeah.
actually set that up.
Yeah.
So
And
there's
like I said, Maggie
accountability.
Odenthal is the one
Is
doing
there,
that.
And Maggie
is there any
Odenthal
money
doing
in
it,
it?
so-
There is, but I'm not exactly sure
There's
what
not
numbers.
much. I'm just
Okay.
going the figures.
Yeah.
There's probably less than $500.
I don't know. I mean,
So, I'm good
I'm good with
with
that.
like $2,000 to exceed it for a year.
Oh, that'd be great.
That'd be for 1 year.
1 year.
That'd just
Yeah,
be for 1
That would be
year.
enough to do
Yeah.
1 year with, and probably possibly allow for a tournament if they decide to do it. So that's fine. That's fine with me.
Okay.
Do we have to,
We have to bring it to
we have to
finance.
bring it, right, but do we have to, if the money's in Parks and Rec, do we have to appropriate it
We do.
or?
We do.
Okay,
We'll have to bring an ordinance through.
so that won't happen
Okay.
until,
And the one good thing is like, I was talking to Maggie on the phone.
it'll have to be an emergency.
It had to be an emergency
So
appropriation.
we'd have to do it on the 14th at our first meeting,
Okay.
and so you can get money, because you want to order like.
Yes,
At least
And
now
you
you
can
can
probably
order.
talk to Bill
yeah.
and,
I'll order it
and
myself
get stuff
if I,
moving.
if I have
So
to.
Bill can start to get stuff coming in.
Yeah. But
Versus wait, if you're gonna start in March and it's already February.
And I'm having a meeting
Get it ordered.
Sunday.
Yeah.
I'm
Get
having
it
a meeting
ordered.
Sunday to see how many kids, like I got a phone call from a kid that started my starting catcher last year. His mom said he don't want to play this year. He's going to do wrestling all summer because his wrestling wasn't as good this year as he thought it was going to be. He's going to start going to do an open tournaments. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I had 2 6th graders that started on that team last year. One of them was him, one of them was my son. One of them's going to leave. So I'm literally going to have,
Talk them into it.
It's hard to.
it's hard to. It's hard to when they're 12, 13 years old. They know everything.
I know,
So,
I know.
But-
All right, well, thank you.
like I said, I appreciate it, guys. I really do.
So that should be enough to take care of
Yeah.
that, so mind off that.
Yeah.
So go ahead and get your stuff ordered.
Okay.
And I'll get with Jason tomorrow and go down to the pool and go through that stuff and see
Yeah.
what's good and what's
Okay.
updated,
And
because
can
they're
you reach
stamped.
out to Hootie
I will.
and?
I will reach out to Hootie and see what's down there and where it's at,
And
or if he
the other
has
stuff he
it.
has, yeah, okay.
So we'll start with that and we'll see if there's any big catcher's equipment
That's
down
good.
there. That would be nice.
Yeah.
I know you're probably, I'll bet that's probably still the catcher's equipment.
I don't know. It's blue. It's blue. Like the helmet, the stuff's falling out of it.
It's the
But that's-
stuff we bought.
That was the stuff I have to go look at stuff personally because like my son's 6'1", he's 12 years old.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of the 12-year-olds aren't that size. So I have to look at stuff that'll fit both.
Yep.
And I've even thought, well, I might have to buy smaller shin guards that the top will fit,
Yeah.
but for different size kids.
Mhm.
I mean, because you have kids that are 250 pounds at that age.
The,
To 90.
the other thing is you should look at getting some of
The squat, the
the easy ups.
The small braces.
But the other thing, I just remembered this too, you're gonna probably need some batting helmets.
I have five or
Well,
six
that's
batting
amazing.
helmets.
Okay, because
Very
they
nice
just, they
shape.
just changed the stickers on those, what, 2 years ago? So just make sure the stickers are up to date or else they're not,
Yeah, they won't.
the umpires won't allow it.
Yeah, that's the ones we use, and they look new. They're orange, they're in good
Yeah.
shape.
Okay, well, that's
So-
good.
And like I said, I don't want to, like, stuff like that, you know, the kids have to be safe, protected. And if you buy decent stuff, it lasts a lot longer. So I won't have to go through this for a couple years. You know what I mean?
Hopefully, yeah. As long as they don't change the safety stuff.
Good luck with your season.
Well, thank you.
If you need any help, anything
Thank
else,
you.
let us know.
And you're having a meeting on
I'm
Sunday?
having a meeting Sunday to try to get my numbers
Okay.
because they want to know. I've told them 3 times that I would prefer to go to the 8th grade because I don't want to have 3 kids that can pitch that I can't pitch.
What time and where are you meeting at?
4:00 at the high school entrance.
Okay.
Sunday.
Okay.
So,
I'll try to locate my son's glove. I'll bring it over.
Okay.
It's a nice
Okay.
catcher's mitt. So
okay. I'd be very appreciative of that. You know, like I said, like
we spent the money on it.
a lot of the kids buy their own, like kids like their own bats.
Yeah.
And I get that, but we have 2 bats, but I think only one of them I can use in 8th grade.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
You need a couple bats
Yeah.
just for those who can't
Yeah.
afford their own bat.
And like I said, that's, I'll buy bats for myself because my kid goes through. But,
I understand. Well, good luck with your season.
Thank you.
Anything else that we can do for you, let us know.
All right.
Okay?
I appreciate
We
it.
appreciate you taking on that role.
Yeah.
I know Corey and I did know firsthand that is a labor of love and it's even, I tell you, when I coached, it was fun because I didn't have a kid playing on
Oh.
the team. That was the best thing.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, listen, take care.
right,
Anything
thank
else,
you.
let us know.
I appreciate it.
So, the next thing is we need to put out a notice for a summer league coordinator, since Hootie has
Since
stepped
we didn't
down.
retire.
Well, if we can put that in the paper
I know we had.
or
an
put it
idea
out
about
socially, social media, that would be great. That's gonna be a big thing. That's coming up soon.
When do they need to start?
Ooh,
Pretty
March,
soon.
now,
about at the same time.
now.
Yeah, yeah,
To
right
start
about
getting
now.
teams put together and then they can
They
start getting
they
their
put permission
schedule-
slips out
yeah.
to school and then the school collects them for
Yeah.
us. I do remember how a little bit of it went. They had signups over at the
They get-
cafeteria.
They get sponsorships.
They get
and stuff.
sponsorships. Yeah,
Yeah.
they gotta start that all soon. So, and also,
And how, well, because we'll have to appropriate money to pay for that too.
It's already set.
It's
it's already
set
set
in there?
aside.
Okay,
There's
Right,
already
that's
set
good.
aside every
Okay.
year. So we've got that. And then also, let's do the, start advertising, for pool managers.
yeah, I was gonna say, and pool rates.
Yes,
Let's
and
get that
pool
done
rates.
early.
So come to us with ideas of the pool rates and stuff.
I don't really see any need to change them.
Yeah, okay,
I would say that we hit the
Hit the nail on
sweet
the head.
spot last year and there were no reason to change them this year.
okay,
So
but when you get that hire, people need to hire lifeguards.
And everything.
Potentially work on.
we
getting
need to give you guys a
trained.
staffing ordinance. Actually,
Yeah,
one of the things we learned last year, we need a staffing ordinance for the entire city hall. That's one of the PSAP's measurables. So
Oh,
we did
yeah.
it for everybody. We should do it every single year and it's every single
And-
position.
I know I asked a while ago, but can we get a final report on pool? I know we
I'll
were
ask
waiting
again.
for some last minute
Everything's closed out,
thing,
so
so
I'll
that's what I
ask them
thought.
again.
So if we can get, just so we know
Where we were at.
where we
Yeah.
were at, how, and of course, you know, we were still in a
COVID.
COVID-esque world last summer and people,
We're gonna be in it again this year too.
I
I
don't-
feel it.
I'm feeling we're
We're gonna break
crawling
out
out
of
of
it.
the
I'm
hole.
with you.
We're crawling out of this hole, people. I'm still masking up just to be safe.
Yeah.
Because I have made it this long without getting COVID
You've been well.
and I am determined. I'm like fighting off,
Fighting off
like
the evil
The Walking
spirits.
Dead. Yeah, like, you know, so.
All right, and anything else?
Yes.
How many positions do you have available on your rec board?
All of them.
All of them?
Oh,
There's
no
one gentleman that has expressed interest. Also, yes, please, let's put out a notice for,
Recreation board?
rec board, advisory board positions.
And expand it actually to all the wards and provisions.
Yeah, we do actually need
Yeah.
to get those boards
need to have that
reinstated.
discussion.
We don't have any.
Right.
They've all just went by the wayside.
If we
Yeah.
want to revamp how like boards are operated according to the charter,
We should do that first.
well, that would take too long.
That might be
How
a
do we
charter,
do,
is it a
like,
charter revision
Is
though?
it, I don't know,
Is
that's
that
what I
you're
don't know.
asking?
So maybe
Yeah,
that's something we need to ask
that-
Bob.
That
Yeah,
was
sure.
under the judiciary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so can we
judiciary.
ask Bob, like, if we want to change some, like how boards are made up, of, you know, because there's stipulated to in the charter, if we want to revise that, like, what all does that encompass? Is that like a full charter revision or what?
Yeah, I don't think so, actually. I think we have the ability to make
the boards.
Make the boards, take away the boards. I think the board I think the charter actually gives guidance in that.
Okay, let's just,
But-
let's clarify that
Let's-
because. there are
Because I
some
think
things
we
that are
added, I
changed.
think we added one for,
Tree commission.
tree commission
Uh-huh.
and then the bike. What was it? It was pedestrian and bicycle, which I think kind of falls
'Cause I'd
under the
like
rec
to-
a little bit.
We've talked about that, like planning commission and,
Zoning.
zoning
board. Yeah.
and make those like one commission and like people on planning commission could be
Yeah, I don't know
on
about
zoning board.
one there, but
Yeah.
yeah, I know what you're
So-
saying.
But yeah, so there's just,
Some
so we can
overlap.
just maybe ask Bob for like an opinion on that.
Yeah. But we do need to advertise probably all those boards
Yeah.
to get
We do.
those seats filled. so.
Definitely the Parks and Rec, because it does come in handy to have another board out there, 3 other people.
Well, because especially if you're talking about putting parks in and stuff like that, you
Right.
really should
Well,
bring
we're in
in
the middle
those
of all
people
that.
to get because
Yeah.
the point of the board is to have citizens sit on
Have
those
input.
boards and have input, so.
Because we got 2 parks in the process. I mean, right now, the proposed one down to Old Sewer Plant and the one. on-
That's the one we need people ASAP.
Yeah,
because-
so let's,
That's when the dog park, we need a dog park committee stat.
Would that be like a subcommittee of
Well,
another committee?
I'm not sure
or-
how that would work.
Okay,
Because I know there's a lot of people that want to be a part of it. And I would like to get it, advertised. So whatever you guys tell me to
do it,
do,
advertise it Parks and Rec right now for this
Because,
moment. We'll get another answer on the other committees.
because they can
That way
apply
we'll
for
be all in
the,
green.
Yeah, just.
what's the grant that we just now discovered?
Nature Works.
They can apply for the Nature Works grant, which would probably set them very well for the fence and probably a gazebo. The fence is gonna be really expensive.
Yeah, probably need a couple benches maybe.
Yeah, and then there's, and just by doing those couple things and having people opens them up to a lot of dog park grants. And then also their own fundraising, so. No,
And to formalize that, they just need to send a letter of interest to you, I'm assuming, to do
I'm not
that.
sure how it works.
I would say to you because, and then you can bring it to council and then, like we do with other positions within the police and fire, you say, well, so-and-so is interested in this, and we would say, we approve, and then be moving on.
And then there's somebody from, and again, I've had COVID or been in COVID ever since. So does somebody from council sit on those with them or they're all by
They're all
themselves?
by themselves.
Okay,
And then we kind of give them directive what to work on.
Yes, sir. Sounds good.
so
We're pool manager, summer baseball league or spring baseball league coordinator, youth coordinator, and softball. He does both. So, and then of course the Parks and Rec boards, advisory board. That's what we need advertised. Anything else? You good, Elizabeth?
I am.
I'm good. You good, Greg?
That's a good
You
start.
good, Scott? Okay, meeting adjourned.
let me go through it one more time just to make sure, triple check. And then, so I got the double check with Bob. What do we need to do about the boards and the commissions? Do we actually have to change the charter?
Mhm.
And then, the pool and the baseball coordinators, and the Parks and Rec advertise for basically
Advisory board.
everything. And then, the dog park specific one, advertise for. Because that would be a subcommittee or a sub?
I don't know.
I think we can just do one commit. I think you can do a
I-
Parks and
I
Rec
think-
committee, advisory committee will cover it all.
Yeah, or we can do a Parks and Rec, we do the Parks Board and still solicit because the dog park is a little different, like for a separate dog park committee that maybe that reports to the park.
Because the people I know aren't interested in that other stuff.
Right, so I think we have a Parks Board and then we have a dog park committee that reports to the Parks Board.
Yes.
And then Parks Board reports to us. That's how I do it.
Biggest thing is to get people involved.
Yeah,
because we've had-
exactly. If people want to be on the dog park committee, but don't want to be on the Parks Board, I'd rather get them involved than say, oh, no, you have to
Do both.
do that.
Okay, all right. Meeting adjourned at 7:01. Thank you, guys. Thanks.